Welcome to Dustin's Roadshow, everybody. I'm Dustin. Today, we're going to get ready to go do a camping trip. So, I've decided, instead of going and buying one, I need a new griddle. So, I went to Lowe's and bought a little piece of 12 by 18. It's a little bigger one I want, but they had it small or this. They were out of the 12 by 12. So, we got that. We got a little piece of rod. And we're going to cut this and make it into a griddle. And then we're going to use the rod for our handles on each side. So while my wife was away, I used her crock pot and made me a circle, more like a oval, for a cut line. Because like I said, I don't need it this big. This is a 12 by 18 sheet. It's what my Lowe's had. They were out of the 12 by 12, so this is what we're going with. And the way we're going to cut this is, I thought I had 10 snips. Now, for those of you who don't know, we just moved, so a lot of my stuff is still kind of spread out. If you don't have the tools that I'm going to use today, all you really need is a pair of 10 snips, a hammer, and a drill bit. It's really all you need. I'm going to use a little bit more stuff because I'm doing it in my shop. Like I said, I can't find my 10 snip, so I'm going to use a grinder and a cutting wheel to cut this out. And then I'm going to use a hammer, a drill and a drill bit, and my vise right here. I'm going to use the side lip right here. That's how I'm going to get the crease in the circle to where it won't leak like oil and grease and eggs and stuff like that off of it. That's how we're going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get started and get this thing cut. As you can see, doing it this way, I'm barely cutting along the outside of this line right here. And the reason why is, once we get it cut out, we're going to have to file it down, make sure there's no burrs and spurs on it. All right, guys, so this is what we got so far. I don't know if you can see in the camera all these little burrs. Yeah, there you go. This is what I was talking about when you cut her on the outside of your line. That's why. So, once you get it up on here, and this is just a lip that I'm using, you may have a different setup. But what I'm going to use is this right here. I'm just going to set it up on there like that and just give it a couple pops. And get a little bit of that flare coming to it. See, it's already starting to flare up a little bit. This is the way I'm going to do it. And then as I get it around, I'll come in. Once you get a little flare to it like that, I'll come in and straighten it out the best I can like that right there, to where it's a little bit more flat instead of being kind of wonky like it is as you do it. See how that's kind of taking form now? As I was saying, it ain't got to be a whole lot, because all we're doing is giving it an edge to where your eggs, your grease, your things like that doesn't roll off the side. And then as we get it going, it'll get a little bit more curve to it. Then we'll set it down on the side like I was talking about, and we will flatten those edges, make them a little bit better looking. And then we'll come in and make sure the bottom is still flat. So I'll knock this out and then I'll show you what I mean by that. All right, so we've got a good dish pan going now. So now what we're gonna do is start working with our rod. Like I said, this is gonna be our handles. So what I'm gonna do is use a little torch. I'm gonna heat this up, and I'm gonna use the back of my vise here and bend it around it. I think that'll make a good size for the handles. And then what I think I'm gonna do is try to flatten, heat this up and flatten it out. That way I can drill through it. I think that's how, if it works out, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start working on that now and see how it goes. All right, so we got the vise turned around. This is nice and round. So like I said, what we're gonna try to do here is heat this up and bend this around this to where it's flat, kind of like a horseshoe. I think that's gonna make a fine handle. We're gonna do that times 2, 1 for each side. So, try to get this thing heated up a little bit. Now you can do this in an open fire. Just set this in an open fire, let it sit there for, you know, keep an eye on it. Let it sit there to 5-10 minutes, something like that. And it'll bend just the same. Like I said, I'm using this simply because I'm at home in my shop. But if I was going to do this at a campfire or at camp in general, I do this in the fire itself. Just stick it in the coals, let it sit for a while, and then bend it around a rock or around, you know, whatever you may bring if you know you're going to do this. And it worked just the same. There we go. That's kind of like what we're looking for right there. And then what we'll do is mount that right there, and that'll be a nice handle. You see that? There we go. That'll be a nice handle right there. Bam. So that's the immediate idea. So we're going to do 2 of these, then we're going to heat the ends up right here, and we're going to flatten them out right here on this vise. All right, so these are going to cool off for a minute, but initially now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the flat piece. Okay, we're going to look at the thickness of the flat piece. We don't want it to be real thin like that, so we're going to come up here kind of the girthy side, and we're going to take a punch, and we're going to punch it. That way we know where to drill. We're going to get as close to center as we can get, and then we're just going to pop it just like that. And what that's going to do, I'm hoping the camera can pick it up, is give us that little hole right there. That way we know where to drill. See, it's not on that one side, it's just right there. And we're going to look at this side too, because it's going to be flat, but you don't want to get the piece that's real skinny. See, like that. You want to get up here kind of where it's got some thickness to it, that way it won't break. So we look at both, and we're going to get it kind of as close to equal as we can. They're not going to be perfect. This other one, she's a little wonky. She's not exactly perfect by any means. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill these, and then I'm going to come in once I drill them, and I'm going to try to cut them to where they're as even as possible. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put these with the drill holes onto our griddle, and I'm going to line them up, and I'm going to pop them, and I'm going to drill the griddle. And then we're going to take the leftover rod we have, and we're going to cut it, put it in there, and this is where it's going to get tricky. We've got to set that griddle and the handle perfectly flat and beat that until this is mushroomed out without messing up our griddle and or breaking our handles. All right, guys, we drilled our holes. We got them mounted. And all we did was we took these dowels. Once we drilled the holes, and we stuck them through there all the way to the back. And like I said, once you get those dowels in there, look at that blister. Lord have mercy. Once you get those dowels in there, you just hammer them flat. What that does is mushrooms the back and the front and allows it to be sturdy. And yeah, this thing will probably stay together longer than anybody could ever imagine. You can barely see it. I hope the camera can pick it up. The little pressed pieces of metal, that's the dowels from where we smashed them in. And like I said, you just put them through, and once you, let me move this camera. Once you put them through, stick them through there, beat them until they're flat, and then there you go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a file, which I have right here, and we're going to file along the edge of this just to make sure that it's not going to snag us at any point in time. And then once we do that, we're going to take it in the house. We're gonna probably throw some bacon grease on it or peanut oil or something, and we're gonna set it on the stove. We're gonna season it, and then we'll have the final product that'll be ready to go. We may even cook a little something on it. We'll see. All right, guys, so we got it done. We're in the house. We are gonna put it on the old stove, throw some fire to it. We got a little bit of bacon grease we're gonna put on it, get it seasoned up. And we're gonna try to get it hot. And then get a little seasoning on that bad boy. And then we're gonna take in order to try it out once we get it seasoned, we're gonna take a page out of the Outdoor Boys page deal. And we are going to make some bread that he makes all the time. I found on one of his videos, he put the recipe down, so we decided to make it. We'll see how it does on see if we can make some flatbread. I think this is gonna do just fine. Okay, we got it going on now, buddy. Got a little flatbread on there. We're gonna cook it up. Don't touch that, buddy, it's hot. We're gonna cook it up, and then we're gonna put a little something on it. Maybe a little honey and butter. I think that's what Outdoor Boys do. So I think that's what we're gonna try, see if it's any count. See you in a minute. All right, we've got the bread done. The griddle looks like it did a fine job. We're gonna take a little bit of this right here. Oh yeah. We're gonna put a little bit of this on now. Get a little bit of that right there on it. Oh yeah. Let's see what it's about. Okay. Oh, she's hot. That's pretty good. So yeah, guys, this is the griddle. We got it made. Flatbread tastes amazing. A little honey, a little butter. Try it and see it. Let's see if it's any good. Take a little bite.
Good.
Is it good? You like it? Here, wipe your fingers off. You think that's a good deal? You approve of it? All right. Well, there you go. Got it done. Next time you see us, we'll be camping. We'll see you there. Well, we made it. It's been a few days, but we finally made it out to the campsite. I think this spot right here looks just fine. So, we're gonna set up a tent, get things rolling. And on this camping trip, not only are we gonna have a good time, do some cool things, I'm gonna show you some stuff that maybe you just might not know. And if you do know, cool. But we're gonna go ahead and get our tent set up right here. I think right here next to the water. Be a good spot. Somebody's been here recently, so there's already a little fire set up, little fire pit set up here. We'll have to widen that out a little bit, but that'll be all right. There's plenty more out there, rocks. So let's get this tent set up, and go from there. This is my first time using this tent. We went and did a motorcycle camping trip a while back. While we were riding down the highway, my tent poles come out of my other tent. So instead of placing them, I went and bought this one, so we'll see how good it does. All right, now that we got that put together, we're gonna come in and do our bedding, get it fixed up. Then we'll start working on that fire pit because it's a little sad. While I was doing this, I went on the outside of that root right there, just above my tent, but I went on the outside of it with my rain cover. And I have gotten it, apparently I drove it into that root, now I can't get it out. So I'm really tight on one side and really low on another side, you know what I mean? But that'll be all right. That will be okay. Let's see what we got in my old goodie bag. Oh yeah. So here in Alabama, it's been about 90 to 100 degrees. So tonight it's supposed to be down to 55, which should be great. But I brought this just in case. Now 55 is not necessarily cold, but 55 when you're used to 100-degree days and 88-degree nights. I'm a little curious if it'll make me cold. So I brought this just in case I need it to lay out in the bottom, kind of as a look, a little bit better of a barrier between me and the ground. And of course I got my Trekology, I'm sorry, ultralight sleeping mat. Pretty good mat, I like it pretty good bit. It's hard for me to find a mat that I'm not hanging off shoulders on each side, at least one shoulder on each side. So, but I like this one pretty good. It's pretty comfortable. I still hang off a little bit on each side, but that's all right. You ain't supposed to be 100% comfortable when you're camping, are you? Isn't that kind of the whole fun of it? To be a little miserable and to do without a little bit, and that's what makes it so nice. I'm gonna get this thing blown up here and then get my pillow, and then we'll go from there, I guess. All right. So we got the tent done. We got the bedding done. Show y'all what that looks like in there. Not too bad. So now we're gonna start working on this fire pit. It ain't too good looking, but we got another fire pit that was built right over there. So we're just gonna take some rocks from it, put them over here, make this thing a little wider. Now this campground I'm at, anybody can come to it. It's drive-in welcome. First come, first serve, it's free. Supposedly, I don't know how true this is, on the other side they've got RV camping, and they've always allowed RVs in here, but from what I understand, they've paved it and put in electrical outlets and things like that to hook into. I don't know if that's true. I haven't rode over and checked it out yet, but the rumor is, since they did that, it's $10 a night for RV camping. Still free for tent, which if you've ever done much camping or RV camping or anything like that, if it is $10 a night, that's absolutely insane. That is cheap, 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 cheap. This is in Waterloo, Alabama. It's called Brush Creek. About 15 minutes off Natchez Trace Parkway. That's the Tennessee River behind me. We were gonna bring the boat and do a little fishing today too, but we got a very, very late start. So I decided to leave the boat. I didn't want to come out here and get the boat out and get the boat put in and all that stuff. It's about an hour drive from my house, just to be able to fish for 30 minutes. That seemed kind of not worth it, I guess, to me. But I'm gonna work on this old little fire pit they got here. All right, now we've got everything set up here. I'm gonna show y'all something. Some of y'all may know this and some of y'all may not. I'm gonna show you a very, very cheap and very efficient way to start a fire. So I think I got about $3 in this, and this will last for a long, long time. 100% cotton balls, and a little bitty tub of Vaseline. That's all this is. When you soak, rub, apply Vaseline to a cotton ball, it burns for a heck of a lot longer than a cotton ball would. And all we're gonna do is spread it apart a little bit. That's all we're gonna want. Get it good and spread out, just like that. Then we're gonna take a little bit of this Vaseline, about a fingerful, kind of like that. We're gonna dip it right in the center of that cotton ball. Then we're gonna lightly roll it up. Then we're gonna take that cotton ball and we're gonna rub it all in that Vaseline. Now we're not getting the outside crazy coated, but we do want a nice coat on there. Then what we're gonna do, I like to use a piece of cardboard or a piece of bark, anything that you can set it on. And once we get going, I've already got my kindling here ready to go. So I'm gonna try to get both of this in the camera scene here. Maybe that'll work. Now that we've got our cotton ball did up, and see that it didn't take any time at all. There's nothing special to it. And a flint stick. That's all it's gonna take. Now you see I'm gonna try to get you in here where I can get both of them. I really want you to see how easy it is to start this. So when you go to strike, you know, you want to be kind of right here over top of it. I got this grass in the way here. Be kind of right here over top of it. And once you strike it, it's gonna light up just about immediately. Now we put the glob in the center because the more Vaseline you use, the harder it is to start, but the longer it'll burn. So we put the glob in the center. Now to keep this thing burning for multiple minutes. The outside, we don't want the cotton to just burn up and go out. We put a little bit on the outside. It'll be very easy to start, and it still will last quite a while. And it'll get hot enough that when it gets to the center, that glob in the center, it'll light it and it'll burn for 3 to 5 minutes with the little bit that we used. So you want to go down right over kind of top of it, but just a little bit behind it. And then get a good strike in. If you ain't gonna work if you don't strike your flint. But once you get it flint to strike, it'll fire right up. It just needs a little spark. Just like that. Now, we're gonna get this in here, under this wood. And here in just a minute, you'll see this fire start to take off. Simply because that one little cotton ball right there is gonna last for multiple minutes. See there? Now this wood is dry and it's been sitting for quite a while, so it's not gonna take any time for it to light. But it's very easy to light. Very easy to start a fire with. And if you have any type of practice at all with flint stick, it's one shot, boom. Took me a couple tries, and that's okay. I'm a beginner too, you know. I'm out here learning with y'all. But yeah, that's how we do it. And the fire is lit now. She'll be rolling here in a minute. So maybe that learned you something. Maybe you already knew it. Hope it taught you something. We're gonna get this going, start building some coals up. For dinner, we're gonna use our griddle. We got a steak, we got asparagus, and then in the morning we got some bacon and eggs we're gonna cook on the griddle. So we gotta get some coals going. It's a little early to be lighting a fire here. Right now it's about 83 degrees, so we're not lighting this for warmth. We are just lighting it for coals to cook on. But now if you look at this fire, it's burning. She's up and going, and that cotton ball, I don't know if you can see it in that camera, that cotton ball is still burning. It's still on fire. So yeah, we're gonna let this burn. We're gonna build it up, probably do some sitting. Spread them out. Get them cooking a bit. And once these get close to done, we'll throw the steak on. It won't take very long. All right, we got the asparagus off. We had to let the griddle heat up a little bit more, but I think it should be good to go now. Get this steak on here. Oh yeah, you hear that? That is what we're looking for. A good sizzle. The way I've got it set up is I got 2 logs set up right outside my campfire area. They run right through here. And I just took some coals out of there and dumped over here. And I'm just moving the griddle back and forth like I did the asparagus up here. And these coals are still extremely hot, but there's not fire on them anymore. So put new coals on the back with a little bit of wood still in it and let that burn while the asparagus finished. Then I slid it back in the hot coals. Little griddle we made, this is why we wasn't worried about it being picture perfect, because it's gonna get blackened by being overheated, things like that, sitting on these coals. But now that it's on that hot stuff and it's getting down, we're gonna probably give that a few more minutes and then pull it off and enjoy the reward. Get my dinner finished and my wife is here. So now unfortunately I gotta eat steak in front of everybody. And that sucks for them. Mm. Mm. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna eat this, talk to them. Well, all right, guys. Everybody just left. We had s'mores, we had hot cocoa. We had a pretty good day. I think I'm fixing to call it a night, crawl in my tent, and we'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm not feeling the best, but we're gonna get up. We're gonna start making breakfast, and then we're gonna pack this stuff up and head to the house. I got a birthday to go to today. So let's get to it. Well, guys, right as I went to start cooking breakfast, we broke our selfie stick, so I had no way to hold the camera and video cooking breakfast. So since I couldn't take y'all along for breakfast, I decided not to eat breakfast. So we tore everything down, and Lord have mercy at the bed, and tore everything down. Now I'm gonna take you around the tour of the park before we leave and close this video out. There's the tent camping, the boat ramp, and the RV camping areas down here. So we were staying in one of the tent camping areas. The other tent camping area is at the boat ramp, which we're fixing to be at, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that. And then I'll take you on over to the RV part. I'm eager to see myself what the upgrades look like. But over here they got 2 bathrooms along with 2 porta-johns. And you can tent camp all along this area, all through the river. And the boat ramp itself is right up here. And that over there, that's the RV part too. It's part of the camp. So we're gonna ride over there and check it out. But just a beautiful, beautiful place. Can't ask for nothing better, especially for the free. Nice, and it's such a nice day out today. All right, this is pad camping only. I don't know if you can see that right there. $10 per night. So the rumors were correct. They used to have a little shower over on the other side, but they've done away with it. So earlier in the video when I was talking about that, that was not true. There is not a shower on the free tent side anymore. But supposedly in there, there's a shower, and we're gonna stop and check it out. They got electricity hookups and water. So they say. I'm not seeing electricity hookups though, so you might be paying $10 a night for water. Yeah, because that guy's got a generator hooked up. Let's see if this fella here has got a generator. I hear a generator. Nice little setup he's got going on there. And there's the boat ramp right there. So even for $10 a night, you bring your own generator, get you water, and you got a dump space, dump area on the way out. That's not very bad, I don't think. I mean, for $10 a night, how could you pay for electricity as well? No smoking allowed in the Lauderdale County buildings. Uh-oh. So it is got a shower because they got a code on theirs. The other side over there, they don't have a code. It's walk-in access only. So here, apparently when you get your rent paid up, you get your code so you can use the bathroom and shower. So that is kind of nice. I mean, if you got an RV that's got water ran to it, I mean, I'd probably just take a shower in my RV, but that's just me. All right, we are on the way out of here. We're gonna call it right here. So if you like this style of video, please let us know. Give us a comment, give us a like, subscribe. I'll show you this last thing, and then we'll end it. That, maybe you can see that. That, is the RV dump site. So you pull up in here on your way out, dump your tanks, roll on. So now, we're shutting it down. Thank you for watching. Please give us a subscribe, a comment, a like, and we're gonna keep trying to make these videos better and better and better for each one we do. We're still learning, and that's okay. Till next time, have a great one. See y'all on the next ride.